The votes are in fact in. You guys chose the Cosmic Brushes, so I am here. I have both palettes to try for today, and I'm so excited. I've had these for like I got these on Tuesday and I'm filming this on Friday. 3 days. I hate when I get all of my packages at the same time, because then I'm like, oh my god, I'm behind. I have this to do and this to do and this to do and this to do. These palettes look insane and I'm gonna use the multi-chrome. I have to. I did buy these together, although when I did go to purchase them, the set bundle with the both of them had sold out already, so I was just like, okay. Also, I want to mention this because it's not a deal breaker, but for me, in my head, my brain, it kind of is. The sleeve of the palette, it had to leave. It was so tight on the palette, it didn't want to let go. My boyfriend tried, it didn't want to let go. I couldn't figure it out. He couldn't figure it out. And I ultimately just ended up ripping it, which makes me sad because all of my other Cosmic Brushes palettes do have the sleeve, and I guess I could just solve the problem by getting rid of all of the sleeves on all of the palettes, because a sleeve is just a sleeve. But I just figured it was some weird, I've never had this happen to me before. That's trash now. I love how they like kind of made it their own. Instead of just calling it Nudetrals, they made it Nudetrals and Cooltrals, which is so fun and just unique. The bundle of the two palettes did retail for $75, but I did have to purchase mine separately. I should have bought the Winter Wonderland palette with this, but you see, I'm broke and I have a lot of palettes and I need to like declutter shit. So Nudetrals is out of stock right now, but it will be available soon is what it says on the website. I will mention the shade Timeless came a little bit like dusty around the area. It looks a little dirty. Just like the tiniest little corner is broken, but I don't think it's enough to affect the palette too much. Maybe in the long term it might, but right now it's not, so that's okay. I will go through the swatches. They do have shade descriptions, which I love when brands include shade descriptions. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is the multi-chrome of the palette or not, so I find shade descriptions very helpful. We have Satin, a soft pink champagne metallic, Chic, a fair nude matte with a pink undertone, Bare, a light warm nude matte, Nudetrals, a warm mid-tone brown nude matte, Radiant, a beautiful multi-chrome metallic that shifts from a white gold to green to orange to pink, Touch, a neutral mid-tone nude matte, Desire, a smooth multi-chrome metallic that shifts from an orangey copper to a reddish coppery brown to green, Classy, a rich reddish brown nude matte, Glamorous, a foiled soft gold metallic, Delicate, a deep neutral brown nude matte, Glitz, a foiled mustard metallic, Icon, a deep mustard yellow matte, Tease, a mid-tone nude with an olive undertone, Gentle, a cool olive matte, Luxe, a vibrant duochrome metallic with a golden pink base that illuminates to a yellow green, Rumor, a pinky mauve nude matte, Velvet, a soft muted rosy metallic with gold flecks, Luxe, a deep rich burgundy plum matte, Tender, a deep warm purple metallic, and Timeless, a rich pigmented black matte. I love Cosmic Brushes because they give you a lot of different textures and a lot of different options. Their palettes aren't so expensive. This one has one duochrome and I think 2 multi-chromes. For the price, I think that's a very good deal. And then we also have the Cooltrals palette. This retails for $38. This is still available on the site. We have Slate, a wet look sparkly metallic pewter, Eternal, a soft peachy pink nude matte, Stone Cold, a neutral nude midtone matte, Grounded, a muted cool toned berry matte, Gravitate, a smooth shifty multi-chrome that reflects from a muted berry to a purpley gray to a muted green, Natural, a dark muted plum gray matte. Secret, a sparkly metallic topper in a steely lavender. Crave, a pastel purpley pink matte. Moonlight, a blinding white silver metallic. Shadow, a deep neutral gray matte. Finity, a metallic muted sky blue. Midnight, a dark muted blue matte. Hidden, a neutral denim blue matte. Cooltrals, a cool toned mid gray matte. Tempting, a sparkly duochrome with a purple blue base that shifts to a muted cayenne blue. Intuition, a cool blue gray mid-tone matte. Reveal, an iridescent metallic that shifts to a cayenne blue green. Attract, a pastel cool neutral blue matte. Magnetic, a metallic royal blue. And Eclipse, a matte black with shimmery silver particles. I'm priming my eye with the e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. It's something I enjoy using when I'm just like playing with makeup. Like, it's not like the best primer, but it's good for like right now. I'm just gonna be home. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna take the Nudetrals palette. Like, this has cool tones. Like, these shades lean a little cool tone. I love that they incorporated that because usually sometimes we need a little difference in tone for a specific look. I'm gonna start on my neutral look. I'm gonna take this shade called Touch in the palette. I want to take the multi-chrome. It looks beautiful, but I'm gonna start with Touch all over my crease with like a fluffy brush and a light hand because I know that Cosmic Brushes palettes are very pigmented. To deepen up the outer quarter, I'm taking this shade called Delicate on a Blend Bunny B1, and I'm just gonna deepen the outer edge of this look. So I'm just gonna keep packing until I'm happy with the color, and I really love this brush for deepening up any look. The Blend Bunny B1, because it's just perfect for my eye shape. I can't explain it. I'm going back into my blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend this out a little better. I'm just taking my NYX glitter primer all over my lid, and I'm excited to go into the multi-chrome. Going into the shade Desire. Look how cool that looks. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna try to blend this a little better. I'm gonna take Glamorous because it looks so beautiful in this pan, and I feel like it'll look good with this look. I'm going back into that blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend all of this. I'm gonna dip into the shade Radiant because I feel like the inner corner is a little darker than I want it to be. So I'm taking Radiant, and I'm hoping that it kind of helps. I mean, it kind of helped it like match a little better, but like it didn't help brighten. But like I like it. It looks really cool. I'm going to take the shade Timeless on a Sigma E06 brush, and I'm going to use this as a liner. This is the best brush to create a wing liner with. Here is the first eye look. Look how beautiful. These multi-chromes on the lids are stunning. They look so metallic and beautiful. I'm obsessed. I want to use the Cooltrals now. Let's get into the Cooltrals palette. I'm so excited. I kind of want to work backwards with this palette. There's a lot of beautiful colors that I want to use, but I think I'm going to start with this beautiful blue. It's called Midnight. I am taking this on a Sigma E25, and I'm going to take this on my outer corner, kind of making a little bit of a wing shape, but not too crazy. Now that I have a general shape, I'm going to blend that out with a Blend Bunny B5 blending brush. It's literally working so beautifully, and it's blending out so nice, and I love this beautiful, cool blue shade. Like, that is so pretty. Kind of fixing where I lost pigment. I think the next shade I want to take is called Intuition. It's like a almost blue purple kind of color. I'm kind of wiping that same E25 from Sigma, and I'm dipping into the Intuition shade. Taking this shade sort of like in the middle of my eye. I kind of want like a gradient sort of. I am also going to use this shade to further blend that dark blue and kind of create like this more seamless blend that I'm craving. I'm gonna dip into this lighter blue called Attract, and I'm kind of gonna use that to blend out both of these a little more. For my inner corner kind of, I'm going to take this shade called Crave in the palette. It's like this beautiful light lilac pink color. I'm excited. I'm excited. And I'm going to take this in my inner corner, kind of blending that into the blue. Look how pretty that looks. That's so pretty. A good trick is to take your setting powder and your blending brush and use this to kind of further blend out those edges. It kind of gives you this like super clean finish that you can only get using this technique. So I enjoy using this technique when I need a little extra blend. I'm gonna try to do what I picture in here. So hopefully we can do it here. I'm going to take some glitter primer and I'm just gonna tap that like right in the center of this look. I kind of have to take this multi-chrome. I have to see what it will look like. I have to test it. Oh my god, it looks so cool. I'm gonna pop this right on the end of this eye look. For my inner corner, I want to take the shade called Moonlight in this palette because it's just a beautiful, stunning silver shade. And it feels wet. It feels like a creamy, wet kind of silver. Ooh. I'm going to pop this like in the inner corner. Look how pretty. I'm going to take a kind of like this type of brush because I feel like lifting this up here will look so pretty. So I'm just taking a small detail brush and dragging my shimmer up a little more. And in that inner corner, I of course want to take this like white shade called Reveal. Chunky. That's going right on the inner corner. And I love the two vibes. They're so good. They're so good. I think I want a little more of this multi-chrome. I want to see the topper in this palette called Secret. And I think I'm going to take this on top just because, like, why not? So I'm just going to tap this quite literally above everything because, like, why not? Just so it can match this eye a little more. I am going to do a wing using the shade Eclipse in this palette, which also came a little bit broken. So yeah, I don't know how good these shades are going to last because they're already a little broken. They're very soft in there. I can see why they're a little broken. Oh, the shimmers in the black are so pretty. Again, I'm using the Sigma E06 brush because it's literally the best brush for this. But I am getting fallout on my face with this specific black shade, so be cautious. I'm obsessed with how my makeup came out. I'm gonna start on the Cooltrals eye, and I'm gonna take the same shades I took. I'm gonna take Midnight first, and I'm gonna add that on the outer corner, followed by the shade Intuition, followed by the pink in the palette called Crave, right in that inner corner, kind of blending it into Intuition. I am gonna go into the ColourPop Exit Cream Gel Liner, followed by some mascara on the lower lash line. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Going into the Nudetrals side now, I'm going to take the shade called Touch in the palette. This is going on the lower lash line all over, followed by Delicate right on the outer corner of the lower lash line. I think to match the vibes, I am just gonna take the ColourPop Exit Liner again, going in with the Floss Rise Above mascara on the lower lash line again. These are the two eye looks completed. I love them. I love the two completely different vibes though, but kind of have like a similar style to them. I think they look really, really cool. The multi-chromes on both of the looks are so beautiful. So what are my final thoughts on these two palettes? Do you need both? Which was my favorite? Let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna start with the Nudetrals because that's the first one I tried. This is very much leaning more warm, more summery, more in the season. I feel this can also lean a little more fall, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I love the inclusion of the little bit of cool tones that we see in this palette with like tease and gentle here. I'm excited for this beautiful duochrome shimmer. It's so pretty. It's like one of those like golden shades that leans a little green, and like it's just one of those, and I'm excited. The multi-chrome in this palette called Desire is so beautiful. It reminds me of just like amber, like golden amber color. It's so pretty. I would definitely use it again. And then I did try it with Glamorous, but I didn't end up loving that. I had to throw Radiant on top because that's the way I felt that it would just look better, and it did. This is probably the easier palette of the two for like an everyday look. If you're not into grays, blues, purples, this is definitely the one for you because I feel like this one's definitely more wearable out of the two, and I can't choose a favorite right now. I feel like if I were to choose a favorite, I think it's gonna be the Cooltrals because this is just, it's beautiful, but this is just more neutral for me. Moving into Cooltrals is a lot more colorful. I love the amount of color you get in here. I also love the cool tones. Of course, we have the classic neutral cool tones, the grays, the blacks, the silver. It's beautiful. I love their take on the Cooltrals. I also love that you do get some bits of like warmth, like up here you do get like a peachy color and this like plummy shade. It's very beautiful, and I feel like it'll look very cool with all of these other tones. The multi-chromes, the toppers, the silver, the shade Reveal, all were so beautiful in this palette. Cosmic Brushes shimmers, I love how they throw in the different textures in their palettes. It reminds me a lot of like Natasha Denona, where she throws in like these super sparkly shades, the multi-chromes, the duochromes, and then you have like the regular metallic shimmers. I love that about these palettes, and I feel like that makes these really good staple palettes if you don't have a lot of eyeshadows. I know a lot of people aren't into eyeshadow right now, so if you're like trying to get into eyeshadow, these are probably really good basic palettes to have in your collection. I'm glad I have both because I do love Cosmic Brushes and I love their formula. I've done videos with their Gothic palette, their Serenity palette, their Delicious Delights palette, and I loved all of those palettes. They were amazing, and these are no different. I can't wait to bust these out again. I love that they did two palettes, completely different tones. I feel like that's just like unheard of. Usually brands release one big palette and they throw both colors in there and you're just like, what the f. But they kind of like toned it down and I really loved it. I love the price points of these and I can't wait for them to go back on sale. I feel like you could pick this one up. I feel like you get two multi-chromes in the Nudetrals, so that kind of makes the price a little more like feasible and a little more valuable. I absolutely love these palettes so much and I'm glad I picked them up. What are your thoughts? What look is your favorite? I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I don't mind. I have them. That's all that matters. Classy, a rich reddish brown. It's either I look pale or I look orange. There's no in between. Reveal a... Oh my god, what did I smudge on my face? I realized I should have been zoomed in, but I have not been zoomed in. So excuse my influencing abilities right now. It's been a long day. Going into Desire, where is it? I'm sorry, I had to format my SD card. Look how pretty that multi. I'm going to blend that out with a Blend Bunny B5 blur. Blah, blah, blah. Look how gorgeous this looks. Oh my god. Okay, but that's going right in the inner corner. I don't care how chunky it is. So what are my final... Holding it backwards, totally holding it backwards.